Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video. We're going to check out the BMW i8. More specifically, we're going to talk about my experience since I've had this car for almost 3 years now. In this video, you're going to learn exactly why I bought it. I will answer the most common questions. I know it's not an electric, despite everyone thinking that. There's not a battery there, but an engine. I'll explain why I still have it. Okay, and why I like it so much. Okay, let's check it out. For those of you who don't already know, as you can see, the color is pink. Don't judge me yet, please. I didn't want the color on this car. I've lost a bet during our internet show, so I had to do all this. And because of the quarantine, I had to keep it until today. So I decided to shoot it with this color because I'm having it taken down next week, yeah? And I'm gonna fix it, so... yeah, so you're familiar with my review style. Well, I've only done one for that car. This is the second one. So let's start with the design of the car, how it looks from the outside. Let's ignore the color for now. At least we can see the striking curves of the car. So thanks to the color, you'll be able to see it more clearly. The design is one of the main factors people take into account when buying a sports car. You have to love it. I just feel in love with this design. It can't be said that this car is nice or ugly or anything. I mean, everyone has their own opinion, right? And that's why the world is such a nice place, because everyone has a unique opinion. But to me, this is just the best style because it gives me this spaceship vibes, you know? I'll circle around so you get the full view. The back over here, special lights. Some people say it kind of looks like they copied Porsche, but I don't know. If you look at it like this, but these are just lovely. I have the winter tires too. Those are filled in, but whenever I change back to these, I'm like, yes, this looks awesome. So just believe me, this is for the gas, and the gas is for the engine. It's not just an electric motor. This car, typical BMW style, driven to real aggression. The interesting thing about this car, and I'm not sure if any other cars in the similar price have this, the door is opening, and I think this probably isn't the other one, right? You can open the doors up, just like the Aventador. Not even the Hurricane can do that, but this version can lift them like this. This, in my opinion, is pretty cool. When I first saw it fully opened like this, I had to tell myself, you gotta be kidding me, this is insane. Here is the fuel tank, and I'll show you because it's a hybrid, not electric, like everyone seems to think. It's a hybrid, so here you have the electric plug. You can connect it here if you want to. Honestly, though, like I don't use this plug. I just don't, like ever. I don't use it because really it's annoying, all right? It's annoying to plug it in all the freaking time. But just trust me, guys, you don't want to do it. I'll explain how it works. Basically, because the car has a combustion engine, the battery is being charged by recuperation. If you're driving with the engine on, and in this car, that's most of the time, that's the sports mode. We'll talk about it later. But the battery is getting constantly recharged, so I don't need to plug it in. The car really isn't suited for this electric-only mode because the driving distance is very low. The electric is more like a boost to the overall driving ability and control of the car. Most people are interested in the trunk, and everyone's like, yeah, you can't fit a bag in there. So let's have a look at the trunk. And yeah, it's not one of the best features, all right? We have to open this to show the full capacity. And we can see here, it's not much room, right? I have here my clothes, sweats, and, my helmet, and, I've been doing some rounds, but you can see it's a small space. It's not a lot of room here. Here we have the engine. Maybe I'll specify what kind of engine it is. You might laugh at the size, but the strength is there, trust me. One of the reasons why I don't take the trunk too seriously is because unlike most sports cars, this is the coupe type. Most sports cars are like 2-seat cars, but this one actually is a 4-seat car. There are 2 back seats. Let's look. They're not really suited for a full-grown adult, but, Anashek fits in here sometimes. For kids, ideal. Not really suitable for adults, though. But I see this as like an addition to the trunk. I put all my stuff in here, even for long trips. It's a little bit complicated. It's to get in. The back, you know what? I haven't said here before. I don't recall showing this to anyone. So, guys, this isn't good. Wait. Okay, wait. I'll open this. It's really packed. I might manage to get in somehow. I'd be like this the whole ride. I'm 6 foot, as I mentioned last time. I don't see this as an option. But the benefit is there's so much space you can use. This is a lot for a sports car, right? You can fit like 3 nice bags in here and go on some kind of trip. It works. I see it as a benefit. We have the extra seats. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so I gotta get out of here, guys. I can't. I'm like, don't know how to wait here. I have to go. Before we get back inside, I'll show you the next thing everyone always asks about. How do you cram yourself into there? Because this is complicated, guys. We have this brutal thing which you have to jump over or slide or fall to get seated. Eventually, everyone just came up with their own trick, but you can't just get inside the car like you do. I'm going to show you my trick. It might look ridiculous sometimes. I get a little nervous getting out of it at the gas stations, but it's my car. I love it. It works. Hey, get out of there. This is my show, not yours. Don't go there. So the thing is, this is where I'd show you normally how to get in the car, but it's impossible, especially on the driver's side. That's a no. So here I'm going to get in. I'm going to show you how I do it. It's a little weird. You got to get in butt first. Get your butt over the handle. Slide in as quickly as possible so it doesn't look weird. Whoops. And legs go in. And now I am here all the way. So let's try it again. You turn around, pucker up, and slide in as quickly so they don't realize how uncomfortable it is for you. Everyone also has a different way of getting out, I've noticed. Lots of tricks, but mine is to get the leg out first onto this and then get out. I'll try it faster. Let's see, okay? So I'm at the gas station, trying not to be a complete lame ass and like this, and and then leave fast. I'm going. Yeah. Guys, before we get into the interior, I'm just going to say some important facts about the car. Guys, it has a hybrid engine that's internal combustion with electric. Now, everyone with a sports car, all those 5-liter people, you're going to laugh, but okay, it has 1.5 liters. I know. This is like some Prius stuff. 1.5 liters, but it's twin turbo power, so stretched up to 175 kilowatts. That's the electric engine that adds another 96 kilowatts more. So the car has 266 kilowatts, which is approximately 360 horsepower. If you take into account the weight of the car, it's pretty good. We're on like 570 Newton meter. The car weighs around 1.4 tons, 1,400 kilograms, which means that those 360 horses ride out pretty well, right? On average, this can get up to 104.4 seconds. The electric engine makes the car more equipped for short distances. So if I were next to a car with a combustion engine only, something with like 4.4 to 100, just like I would have this huge advantage with the motor because I'd be faster at the beginning. The electric engine helps the ignition kick in. You don't really have to wait for the regular engine to kick in. You just smash it and you're gone, fast, furious, you go. And that's why I bought a car like that. I mean, those who've been watching me for a long time know that cars are my passion. I don't really have this at home. We can go to conventions, we can go drifting, I don't know, we can do a lot of things. We can drive to the Alps for sports rides. And why I would get into an i8, which is a hybrid. This car I'm sitting in right now, I was able to buy 3.5 years ago, and it's my lifelong dream. This is the kind of thing where I couldn't believe I could get, right? Like you can actually get somewhere in this reality if you believe, and you make your own dreams come true and stuff. And I absolutely love fast sports cars. 3 years ago, I had the opportunity to make my childhood dream come true, to buy that kind of car. And since that time, I've bought a house, which was always a priority. Even despite the dreams I've had since I was a boy, I wanted to support the family first. And then maybe do that. You know, after that, allow myself to be a bit more selfish. Like, this is the first car I got for my family. And having that kind of like responsibility to get stuff for the family first before yourself, and then you can be selfish. Like, that's how it works. Like, there could have been other ways to do it, like the SUV first and then sports, but I got this for the family. After I bought the house, I was so happy about that. I chose the i8 specifically because I was astonished by the variability, basically. Like, I call it daily sports car. It's not like, usually with sports cars, use them only on the weekend. You don't drive them to work or on boring, mundane stuff. Use it only on occasions. I use this car all the time. Even if it's not for a family car, I sometimes pick up the kid from preschool because it just fits there. I mean, it's cool. I use this car all the time. I mean, even if it's not a family car, I sometimes can pick up the kids from school, you know, like it just fits there. The city, work, anywhere I need to go really, for trips around Europe or even for long rides, just going short rides. This car is handy. You can use it for like sports ride, like just put on the sports mode, and you're good to go. You can also have comfort mode, and the ride is completely chill. It's not a hard ride like the sports cars usually are, so the car is really adaptable. If you want to take a break from the engine, you can switch to the electric. It's completely silent. I was starstruck. It's been 3 years, and still today, I can't even imagine replacing it. My plan, since I love cars and stuff, was to get this car and sell it to buy a different one. Basically, switch it up, try new things, but I can't give up this car because it's so amazing. It just makes it so good. I feel at home in this thing. I can't even imagine I'd have to buy 2 cars. I'd need a sports car and then a daily car. I just need this variability. But of course, my dream is a Lambo. I bet you want to see how you start the car, how the engine works and stuff. So guys, the ignition is over here. And then listen. And we're on. Listen, yeah? Okay. So this, you can basically drive now. The electric engine is on and running. Of course, I can turn on the sports mode. The combustion engine turns on too, but now just electric. So you're ready. And you can just see how everything, let's try turning on the real engine. Here we go. Let's see. Engine. I don't know. Here you see the engine. I don't know how familiar you are with it, but this car is known for amplifying the engine sound through the speakers. Because honestly, from this engine, you don't get much powerful sound like normal. Though all the time I'm driving it never bothered me. It sounds great. It's fantastic, really. 7 liters for 100 kilometers. That's insane, you guys. I think the max I hit was 10, which is insane still. Because the power of this car, and really maybe only have 7 or 8 liters, that's really, really, really awesome. As you can see, the battery distance is for 15 kilometers, 227 for the fuel, which means if I switch off the electric, I'd go 15. Oh, I haven't said that. The maximum the electric can do on its own is 30 kilometers. It really isn't suited only for electric rides. It's only for boosting the overall power. You got to accept that it is a sports car. You won't find any luxuries like massage seats or something. I have a heads-up display, as you can see there, even though the camera's, there's 0 now, 0 kilometers. So the built-in glass display is one of the best things you can have as an accessory. You don't have to worry about checking the speed up and down all the time and worry about tickets. It's better to have it there. It makes you less unfocused, right? Just one little look and you don't even have to look your eyes off the road. But of course, it has its standards like AC, all that stuff is built in. It's nothing fancy. It is a sports car. You buy this for its driving abilities, not for comfort, luxuries. That's also kind of why I have a second car, so I can fill that need. As I've said before, this is the basic. But these seats are the absolute bomb. We were on this trip. I don't even know where we went. Basically, the whole trip was in this car. I did not once feel my back. Never. That's the added value of this i8 version. Some motor fans might say that this isn't the true sports car or whatever, but it is comfortable. You can use it every day like it's your little buddy. So it's special to me. It can be special to you. I simply can't find a car that would compete with it on today's market. Maybe that's why I still have it, because there's no alternative. If I'd found something similar, I'd like to circle back to the sports car and why people buy it. There's always something like, oh, it's oh so tiny, or oh, nothing fits in there, or it's expensive, or this and that. Why did you get it? That's because like the fact that it's tiny and small, that's the reason for it. Sports cars are designed to enhance their riding abilities. That means you could get to have an experience you can never have in an SUV, not even in the X7. You'll never find anything like it. It's set low, follows aerodynamic laws and output. It's all there to amp the driving experience. That's the point. That's the bonus. That's why they got me. That's why I bought it. The first time I sat in it, since then, I've never wanted to drive anything else. Never. And of course, in normal cars, you get tired of driving. You get worn out, bummed out. It sucks. In a sports car, though, the world changes. A car suddenly becomes a joy. I don't think you can convey this to someone who hasn't been in a sports car. I don't think they look at it, they don't get it, really. I can't describe it, really. I'm not talking about like speed. It's not about how fast you go. No, it's the character of the ride, right? Does that make the normal curve is suddenly fun? You feel good. It's the acceleration. For me, acceleration means safety, actually. I thought of having a car. I can't rely on acceleration during certain situations. I can't control it. My car is fast. If there's some situation, I can quickly react. I might save me or my family someday. These kind of quick reaction situations, that's where I put my money. Even if it may seem to some people like these sports cars are, all about the flexing and then I can tell you this could not be further from the truth. The community we are in, we understand the rush from these cars. It's not about like how the world perceives you, but it's about the drive, about the experience. You drive it and it just makes you smile. That's the biggest benefit these cars have in general. And if I have a car that makes me smile, I'm happy. To do is to keep this car in a garage or parked on display for it to look nice. I've been through so much with this car. It's fun, and we've had adventures on the circuit, all those sports rides. Tom Menga taught me how to drive a sports car. Tom, please don't crash it, all right? Don't crash it. And trust me, it's actually super difficult to try to drift the i8. It is a four-wheel drive, so that means it takes some skills, special skills to try to drift it, yeah? Which made me want to drift it on the snow. So we took a drifting trip to Austria. I ended up in the snow a few times. Yeah, okay. We even took to the Hungaroring. But to be completely honest, this car let me down once. Many of you already know from seeing things I'm hinting at. I don't know, it was like a year and a half ago or half a year. It let me down. It almost killed me, actually. It's not like the car drove to a tree or something, but it shut down. Because there's a lot of electric wires here. The more, the worse it is, actually. These cars with the more electric cables can create more problems, right? So what happened was I was in a tunnel, and then suddenly the car shut down. Hard shut down. Everything stopped. In the car, I was in the left lane, 80 kilometers. Because of the tunnel, I slowed to 80. I tried to focus on the road, but then blip, 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 and the car just shut down. Everything was shut down. I was just like, what is going on here? I instinctively shifted to the right lane, and then the car just stopped on its own, stopped. Dead. Everything was down, all shut down, nothing worked, and I'm stuck in the right lane in a tunnel. Emergency blinkers were flashing. I was just hoping no one would crash into me. Lorry trucks were passing by. Outside of Prague somewhere, I don't know the name, but there was a lot of traffic and the blinkers, and I was like, calm down, call help or something. Well, 2 seconds later, the blinkers completely shut off. I thought, fun tip, everything off, all electric parts. I couldn't fathom that there's no extra battery or something for these kind of moments. It's so completely shut down. The car's not even functioning. And I'm sitting in a tunnel in a black car. It wasn't pink those days. And trucks are just passing me, going Mad Max, coming at me and another one. I saw them in the rear view, and I can't get out of this side, and because I'd go directly in the left lane in the tunnel, so I'm getting onto the right side. That's impossible. I can't get there. Getting from the seat to the passenger's side is so difficult. That's I need to break my back to get out and all. And I just thought, I need to get out. All those trucks behind me, someone's bound to crash into me. So I was thinking to myself, I think, oh my God, I have to get out. So I called the police, but it took them 45 minutes to get out there. So 45 minutes of crisis. So I thought, hey, I get the safety triangle out in the back, make sure nobody gets hurt. That would be good. And it would be best to put the triangle on the road so everyone can see it. And where was it? It was locked in the trunk, and the trunk was locked by the electric. So it was impossible to open it. Since then, I keep the triangle nearby here. I put it in the back seat because this is the worst experience of my life. I thought it could not end well, but first I was afraid about me. Then I got out, and I stayed sheltered, called the police and all. Took them 45 minutes, like I said. Yes, they put an X mark on the signs above the road. Who the hell watches those things? Trucks and everyone ignoring it. For half an hour, every 10 seconds, a trucker had to step on his brakes because of my black car. No triangle, no blinker, nothing. I was totally out. I thought something terrible is going to happen. This was so... Luckily, let's knock on it. Nothing happened. Before the police, those traffic sign guys came and helped me. They, lit up the car and put the warning signs, created the triangle finally for people to notice and not crash. Then they towed me, and I went off. Basically, this was the biggest setback that ever happened to me with this car. I even had a hard time dealing with it. I thought about selling. Like, what would happen during a faster ride with my family? What would happen? And then I realized it hasn't really done anything horrible. I wasn't flung somewhere. It started to slow down. Even when the power was off, the car kept pushing on the brakes. It stayed safely transitioned, but still, if you don't want to live through this, it was hard to overcome this. It's been a while. I'm past it. No trauma. I regained my trust. It was important that the whole thing happened, I guess. The main thing was this next control unit, which was the initial problem. It crashed. It broke, and then, bam, 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 it was just done. I have faith in this new unit. Hopefully it's not happening again, and I hope I'm even more equipped. I got my triangle, it's sort of a negative comment, but more of a critique of the electric parts in cars in general. All it takes is one snap for a shutdown complete. I have a feeling I'm taking a long time, so I'm gonna end it now. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I can make some more videos. Quite enjoying them so far, to be honest. I was thinking about shooting some more cars because I think I have an interesting car life, whatever. It's not about my car, but we have attendance at various events. We go drifting, go snow drifting, sports rides, family rides. I even took some classes, so that I'm not like a complete idiot with a car. I need to know how to drive fancy cars, right? Recently, the best class I had, the best moment in general was with Bax, and it was at this 4-day winter Lamborghini Academy in Italy, where we drove on the snow in hurricanes. And I'm telling you, that was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Something like you can't even imagine.
Performante.
Let's have some fun. Never really documented this hobby of mine, but if you guys are still interested, then I'm really enjoying it, so I'll keep doing it, right? Why not? So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at ViralEric, right? That's where I'll be. If you're already following me, then you already know all about all these activities. Okay, thanks for watching till the end. If you're interested in these things, hit subscribe. I think I'll be posting more and more and more of these. Like I said, it's my hobby and I love it. So yeah, I'll see you guys real soon.